Alright guys, today we have again the Intrubuster Gen 2 from Mercury Rise. Yeah, we got the full out SSD kit in once again. This one is his long compensator. It's for the rifle builds compensator. We got a 6.86 barrel. This is a 16 incher. We have his power chamber, power cap. You see, we're pulling off about 152 joules with this. Yeah, so I got a carbon fiber tank in here. There's a 15 CI, 4,500 PSI. And we're going to need all the air we can get because today's star of the show is we're going to try and fire this drum mag in it. Y'all seen this before. It's from my X68, my pistol X68. It only shoots the round balls. Yeah, so right now I got 28 rounds loaded, and then we're going to have one up in the chamber. This will hold 29, but it's really tight. See? I can definitely put another one in, but I'm not going to push it. So we'll keep the 29 here, and we'll see what happens. See if we can get them all off. I don't know if this is going to be enough air with this large chamber. I have a smaller air chamber from overseas, but I don't want to use it on this because this is a Sterling self-defense build, so we may as well just keep it all the one build. I don't know if I'm worried this is not going to be enough to shoot all 28 rounds. I was going to use the Shure one, but I said fuck it, let's just keep it a legit SSD test for today. Yeah, maybe it will be enough, who knows. But I tried this air RAM in it, the SSD air RAM, and I got 10 joules less. But I explained this in the video. This needs to be drilled out a bit more. Right here, there's 6 holes, little holes. They just need to be modified, kind of like I did with this one, to get the 200 joules, 200 plus joules. So, yeah, if you look there, like you can see how wide open that is from all the drilling and the new holes and the wider holes. Anyways, I think if we do that with that, it'll up the power because that plenum is just not enough power. Sorry, it's just not enough. It's too much for it to get through. By the time the bolt goes forward or back, it's only enough to seem to release this much air. So it can't release anything back unless we open this up, I think. I don't know, but it's just common sense, it seems to me. I'm going to figure it out. I'll try all that stuff off camera, and then when I come to a conclusion, I'll redo it. But anyways, yeah, so I've already had a leak. I'm having a problems with this guy. It's where this O-ring goes into. That little cage with the holes in it, with the circle holes going around it, that little thin aluminum cage. There's an O-ring in that. Well, that's my O-ring that's leaking. So I went and I opened it up, I pulled it out, and I was hearing like a grinding sound, like there was some sand or something in it. So I wiped it off, cleaned it, I re-lubed it, I put it back in, and it held the charge. But right as soon as I gassed it up, right out my barrel. So now it seems to be working. I don't know, I might have a problem with it. It's very loose. I'm going to swap that O-ring on both of my markers. I recommend everybody do it, because if mine's failing, eventually they will fail. Last time you want it to fail is when you're in the middle of a situation. Alright guys, this isn't a power test, so I'm not concerned with numbers. We're pulling 152 joules with that valve, so you go check the video out. It seems to be everybody that's getting those kits are all getting the same. Not like the X68, where you get everyone gets different numbers. Yeah, personally so far, I don't know. I kind of like the X68 better just because in stock it's 51 joules out of the box with CO2. I'm only getting 38 with this one. And when it comes to carry and stuff like that, just using it like that, 10 joules is obviously better. Whoa, shit. Okay. I might crony the first shot. Yeah, okay. Oh, hold on. Here, let me just show you guys quickly. It's too dark over here. I just wanted to show you all the balls. There's We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. I can't even see them now. 22, 23, 24, 25, 6, 27, 28, plus 1 in. So you'll see them come out. Let's see if I can hold air. I've been having problems, so. It's like the third time I had to recut this video and start over. All right. Okay, so. $530. It's only using 900 psi, so. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, I think that's it. Oh, 2 left. Shit. I'll explain that jam to you in a minute. I took my follower off. I'll show you that in a second when I open this up. Yeah, let me get this off without shutting it off. Okay. Yeah, so like I'm not using no follower, I'm just using a bare raw spring, like see? So this part here, it just got hooked right somewhere in there. So I just had to put one of these pucks on top, like that. See my spring divider? It divides the 2 springs. See, like that. I just gotta put one of those on the top. And then let it feed my balls, and it'll pass right through there like nothing. That's surprising. That usually doesn't happen. I was using it raw like the last 20 times I shot it, and it's never happened. But I seen where it got stuck in here, and I had to pull it out and just shake it, and it ended up pushing tension back to get those last shots through. But yeah, man. Like that's pretty sick, man. Like the drum works great. 29 rounds. Let me see. You know what? It seems we have lots of air left. Oh my god, we still have 2100 psi from 4500. So we can almost shoot fucking 2 drums, man. Like a 30 round drum, and then you'll probably get another 20 round drum off, or at least another stick mag. Oh, that's sick, man. I thought this tank was gonna be depleted. Yeah, but it's amazing how one little piece of sand grain can get on your O-ring and it can cause just an absolute blowout leak. But look, guys. We were at 4,500. Oh, come on. Anyways, you got it. So yeah, it was, yeah, that little O-ring on the cage. I'm going to actually replace that, but... Oh, man, it's just this thing didn't get stuck. It would have been a nice fluid video. See, it must be the way I have the spring bent. because I wanted to take that little point and point to see on the inside. I didn't want it on the outside where it could grab, but maybe it's just a little sharp loop right there. I don't know. Either way, I have a follower here too. I have a bunch of followers I can use, different ones. Anyways, I got a pile of junk on my table. I'll find it after and deal with it. But yeah, like I can put the old X68 follower back on top of that spring and it'll be fine. But hold on, I did shoot a number right here. So 530. So yeah, we're still getting 107 joules. Holy shit. 107 joules in this nice little carbine. Like, this is perfect for the home, man. Like, any bigger than that and it starts getting too much. Even, you probably do it about that much more. Once you start getting past there, it starts getting hard to weave through corners and shit. But all in all, this isn't bad, man. It's like, look at my hands. Like, it's not even a big carbine setup. Like, this tank is what adds you the size. So you could probably do a 13 CI carbon tank, no problem. You know what? This is 900 PSI too, so it's a lot easier on the markers, internals, and everything. And you use less air when your PSI output's down. You actually lose a little bit less air than you normally would if it's higher. The higher the output, the more air you're going to lose, the less shots you'll get. So I'm pretty sure a 13 CI tank will be perfect, I think, for the... Well, think about it. We got 29 shots off, and we still have 2,000 PSI. So, in all reality, that's only 2,500 PSI we used. So, out of a 3,000 tank, 13 CI, 2,500, that's just going to put us right or just under our output pressure around there. Maybe a couple shots past our output pressure. But yeah, I think a 13 CI will work with this. I'm going to try it again. Here I go rambling again, of course. I just want to make sure, because I'm bad, man. Like, I always remember things that I should have said in the video after, and then sometimes there's things I shouldn't have said, and yeah, I'm not perfect, man, but hey, I just shoot it as they come and show you how it is. I'm not here to blow smoke up anyone's ass or anything. I'm just having fun doing this, and I'm just showing my results. I don't want to see anyone get hurt or get misled with some garbage, and then you need it, and then it doesn't work. But yeah, that's why I do all this testing, man. It's just a hobby, and then it just keep everyone can make cheap markers and good markers that are reliable and they'll shoot. Last thing I want to hear is anyone getting hurt. But yeah, like, I can't say enough about this thing, man. It's so lightweight with that carbon fiber tank, the aluminum barrel, everything. Oh my god, this thing is so light. It just feels so... I just want to walk around with it and hold it. No, I'm not that obsessed. But anyways, guys, yeah, you all stay safe. Take care as always.